Hello and welcome everybody to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike and I play with one Pikmin on the field.
I'm Kevin and I forgot exactly what Urshifu does.
Oh no.
You gotta get right in there, Mike.
I was about to do a whole thing where, yeah, like Stark says in the chat, one Pikmin on the field. But I was about to go into a whole thing of like having 100 Pikmin on the field, because that's like Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out and I kind of want to get it, but I also think it was the weakest game in the franchise. So
should I get it? I've never played it.
If you've never played any of them.
Yeah. Never interested me.
I don't know. I don't know if I can recommend that to you.
What's the premise? Gotta collect them all, but they're all the same? Is that what we do here?
You get up to 100 plants that you can toss at people and toss at things, and your job is to collect as many things as possible.
It sounds like a Katamari Damacy to me.
Kind of. It's a bit of a reverse Katamari, yeah. And Katamari was fun. I think Pikmin 1 was really good. I think Pikmin 1 was really strong. Anyway, this is a competitive Pikmin podcast, so I guess we're on track. If you're listening to this on Sunday, November 18th, it is, of course, National Cappuccino Day. There we go. National Cappuccino Day. Look at that cute little Pikachu. Are you a massive cappuccino fan? I know you're a coffee person, but
I think anything that comes from dirty beans tastes great.
That's fair and gross. Cool. I'm a cappuccino dude. I'm more of a cappuccino person than I am a coffee person.
They have nice pictures. No, I'm more of a coffee person than anything, if I had to be entirely honest. But I like myself a mocha. Like when you add some of that Swiss Miss, it tastes even better.
Swiss Miss for Christmas. That's what we say.
Christmas is soon.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Christmas. I don't even know why. It's not even about me anymore. Now that I have a kid, it's like, it's less about the things that I want and more about like, how can I just like ruin my child with gifts? But I mean, actually, that's not true. I want a massive beanbag chair. Every 5 years, I get this hankering for like a beanbag chair bigger than me.
Get the Snorlax one.
Yes.
The giant Snorlax one.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've seen that. It's so nice though. I would have to like completely redesign my office to have that be in the background.
I just put it right in the middle.
Oh, that's fair.
I'll just put it behind you.
I'll just put it in that little alcove behind me. It'll just be like squished in there, kind of like looming over me.
Snore.
That's very funny.
Oh, jeez.
Tofu says, I want Mike to have a massive beanbag chair. Thank you. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, November 11th, it's National Sunday Day, Wednesday, Sunday Day, National Sunday Day.
Yay, we've made it.
Yeah. I feel like we've done National Sunday Day before, but I think that like there are multiple of the same national days, and that's okay with me. Have a Sunday on more than one day of the year.
National Sunday. That must be the day where they ran out of other days and they had nothing else to call today other than National Sunday Day.
National Sunday Day. Well, maybe like it was a November 11th before was actually on a Sunday, and they were like, "Oh, perfect. Let's call that National Sunday Day because it's Sunday and have a Sunday."
Oh, wait, I thought you were just saying Sunday twice. I didn't actually realize it was like,
No,
Sunday.
With the banana and the ice cream.
Is there any banana Pokemon? Tropius. Okay.
Tropius. Cool. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need to make a call on some artists out there. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what you would do with that, but Tropius Sundays, go get at it. Have fun. Those are the only two stipulations. It's like when you're like doing a captcha and they're like, oh, click on the image that is banana and ice cream. That is exactly it. All right. Respect. Hey, Kevin, before we get started, I want to real quick talk about some stonks.
Oop.
I know you're actually very, very interested in stonks. And yes. I want to just bring to your attention the amount of impact that Sword and Shield had on the gaming industry.
On stonks?
Yes. So the report came out a little while ago that Sword and Shield has sold about 19 million units as of 2020, making it the third highest selling Pokemon game of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do we know number 1 and number 2?
Number 1 is Gen 1 at about 32 million units, which is
Makes
like,
sense.
you know, a ton more. And Gen 2 is only at 20 million. So that's just an extra 1 million units. So Sword and Shield is on track to pass Gen 2's sales.
That's honestly incredible considering how much negativity this game got at first.
Yeah, right?
But I guess unfinished game didn't matter.
Unfinished game didn't matter.
We'll finish it later.
That's actually something I'm really curious about that. Like how many people actually bought Sword and Shield after the fact, like after the Isle of Armor came out, after Crown Tundra came out. I'm sure it's not as much as like the initial boom of people that bought the game, but I'm sure there was like a spike in there somewhere.
There's like some big combo pack you can get now.
Yes, that's right. That like has them already prepackaged in.
Something
and you get
like
them
that.
at a discount. So, hey, stonks.
I'm
That's
proud
not
of Sword and
stonks.
Shield. I actually had fun with this game, so
I'm enjoying it so far.
tweet at me.
Like, honestly, with each expansion, I'm enjoying it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Do
say.
you think they're gonna stop there? I think they're probably gonna stop here, right?
I think, well,
Is it new game time?
They have enough missing Pokemon to fill one more expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true.
it'll
They
be-
probably do one.
Yeah.
The Isle of Tundra, like we said last time.
The Isle of Tundra. Exactly. All right. So let's get into some news here. In Smogon news today, we got this big boy. You remember him? That's Landorus I.
My best friend.
Yeah, your best friend. Landorus I is having a bit of a sad time. Having a little bit of a sad time. He has proven himself too OP for OU and has such been moved to Ubers.
I figured that out eventually once my Incarnate Sheer Force Life Orb Landorus I just deleted a Dynamax Metagross with an Earth Power.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an Uber? Wait, you said Ubers?
Yeah, he's now in Ubers.
Ooh, Bears. Wow.
He wasn't before.
But Therian is not in Ubers?
No, Therian is. I'm talking Landorus Incarnate.
Oh, they're both in there now.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, boys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then in more singles news, Mesprit, Magmortar, Kingler, Guzzlord, and Zygarde 10%, as well as Absol, and the ability Drizzle, are now banned from PU.
No.
So all of these guys cannot be in PU.
Not my boy Guzzlord.
Okay. Every time, every single time. We need to mention it every single time.
Why
that
is
Guzzlord comes
Guzzlord?
up. His scream is amazing.
Can we explain why Guzzlord's in the exact same tier as Absol? Jeez.
You know? Right? And then in the same kind of vein, Tyrantrum, Kingdra, and Zygarde 10%, again, have been moved from NU to NUBL. So Zygarde 10% effectively went from PU to NU in the course of, to NUBL, I should say, over the course of 3 days.
My boy's just hopping tiers.
So you gotta watch out for Digital Dog.
Little did you know he's the top 10%, not the bottom.
Zygarde top 10%.
Back to stonks.
Exactly. Drizzle and Drought are also no longer allowed in NU. So I guess Drizzle as well has jumped from PU to NUBL. You just can't use those anymore. That's why Torkoal and Politoed are in the bottom there.
I want to say the day where Smogon bans weather from the game. Did that happen already?
Where Smogon bans weather from the game? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. I hope so. I hope it does just for the meme.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I should mention the people who are like, hey, why is Politoed and Torkoal on this screen? Neither of those two are getting banned. They're fine. They're fine. It's just their abilities are banned. So you might as well not use them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, hey, Players Cup 2 happened this weekend.
You bet it did.
Yeah, there are lots of people out there right now tweeting about the performance. I don't know, seeing people tweet about it online and seeing people like us stream it, seeing other people stream it, it makes me wonder, like, is this a smart idea? Like, is this a good idea to have a group stage that like everybody can see? I guess that is kind of good, because then the top 16 is going to be closed doors, right?
I mean, the top 16 is probably not going to be closed doors because a
No?
lot of streamers didn't make it into the top 16. So the thing is, like, team sheets are out. Like,
Yeah.
we all know what each other's bringing. The only thing we don't know are EV spreads, and you can kind of keep those secret for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, you're only allowed to know through like a certain amount of information before actually seeing like the really in-depth stuff in terms of EV spreads and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like from like a content creation like viewership, it is nice just being able to watch different perspectives. I feel like a lot more people this time around streamed it than last time. I remember that like we were one of the few people actually streaming our runs.
Yeah.
And now like everyone streamed their runs. They just didn't care. I guess people just took it more seriously last time. I don't know. They were just like, I'm not going to show anyone anything.
I think it's like they took it more seriously than they had to back then.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I don't want anybody to see, this is Players Cup. Like, this is the most important thing in Pokemon that I'm going to do this year. And so they didn't show it to anybody. And then they're like, wait a second, but these people wanted to see me compete. So it's actually happening this time. This will be streamed, I believe top 16, top 8 will be streamed from December 11th to December 13th from the official Pokemon channel. But yeah, again, like, you'll be able to see a lot of these games just from people who decide to share it. I mean, yeah, I would tend to say that that's a pretty good idea of Game Freak of people, TPCI, I guess, to let people do. Just like, yeah, do whatever you want with this, but we're going to have our own production of it, at that time. Plus, it also gives people the chance at TPCI to like cut it together and like, do any kind of post-production and actually make it a decent show rather than it dealing with like potential internet problems and, the unpredictability of people being at home and sharing their own screens and whatnot.
Yeah. And it is nice that a lot of streamers did make it into the end because we're going to get a lot of capture cards, which is something that I guess they kind of rely on, right? Unless, do they have like the ability to get in there?
But at the same time, right? Yeah, like I don't think the last one. I'm trying to think of how the last one went. Were there people who had to share their own games from their own streams?
I honestly don't remember the last one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
If I'm going to be honest.
Freeze 10 coming in with a popular opinion. Pokemon needs to get a spectator function. 100%.
Wee woo.
Hot take. I agree. We all agree. 100%.
Hot take. Everyone agrees.
Make that petition. You won't get a single not signature. Anti-signature? I don't know.
Yeah, we got a couple of people that are like known to have capture cards. I guess a couple of noteworthy top 10s that I'll just skim through real quick. We have the Wobbuffet. The Wobbuffet made it through. Not top 10, top 16.
Yeah.
The Wobbuffet, our friend Joe UX9, of course, like one of the world's most consistent Pokemon players, made it through again. Beef Smithy made it all the way through. We have Pink Sylvie, Kairoshi TV, and a bunch of others. I'm not going to sit here and name all these names. Some of them are in Chinese. I can't even name it.
Well, there you go. But that's really interesting.
And though. Mike, one of them is named Mike. Mike, you made it.
I did it. I
all the
won.
way through.
Yeah.
I won the video game.
Won that video game. That's cool. I like that a lot. I wish that I actually made it, but you did us proud. You went and had your matches this past weekend.
Also, quick shout out to some like top 50s that made it through. Like they didn't make it to the second day, but they had a crazy good performance. Top 50s include like James Beck, Moxie Boosted, Man BTV, Chupa Cross, Ezreal. So many people. Yoshi and Lugia, who won the Moons tournament. So a lot of people made it through. Consistent players. Y'all are better than me.
Aw. Don't say that. Don't say that. Well, tell us about your run.
Flinched. Okay. So Um,
Consistently flinched.
I'm consistently flinched. So my run started off poorly.
Okay.
Kind of like last time. I got knocked out round 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I got knocked out for the wrong reasons this time.
Oh, what were the wrong reasons?
The wrong reasons was that I was Finny versus Tyranitar, and the Tyranitar didn't have weakness balls. He didn't have anything. He just had like Life Orb. So I won that matchup. I just had to sit there and hit Dazzling Gleam for 2 turns, and then that's a 2-hit KO. He was outside of sand. I got 1 hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then since he was Life Orb, he was I think max speed or something, so he outsped me.
Oh no.
He Rock Slide, flinches me once, and then I lose.
Oh.
I just needed that last thing to hit because the Rock Slide hurts because it's a Life Orb Rock Slide, but that 1 flinch is what prevented me from getting the knockout on the T-Tar. So that's sad, and I'm sad it waited till game 3 to flinch me. It could have done that game 1 where I lost the game anyway.
Right.
But yeah, after that I won my next set with someone else in the losers bracket, so that's good. And then I won my next 2 battle. No, I got my next 1 battle versus the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that Urshifu has Unseen Fist.
So not, yeah. So there were 2 things about that. One, I don't think it was Unseen Fist that you forgot. I think it was Wicked Blow, or a combination of the 2.
It was a combination of the 2.
Yeah.
Well, my thought process was he's gonna Sucker Punch, so I'm gonna protect so he doesn't Sucker Punch. But my Dragapult was +3 defense, so the Sucker Punch probably wouldn't have KO'd me.
Right.
His thought process was I'm going to Wicked Blow to KO him and ignore the defenses. I could have gone for a Dragon Darts and probably one-shot his Urshifu because I was at +3 attack as well with Life Orb on my Dragapult.
Yeah.
Instead, I predicting the Sucker Punch, and I was going to coach myself again just to get greedy.
So here's the team right here. Rillaboom, Dragapult, Glastrier, Zapdos, Dusclops, Tapu Fini. Rental code is also up there in case anybody wants to use it. But what Kevin's referring to at the very end of the game, I forgot who the other Pokemon is on the other side. It was Urshifu and who?
It was Urshifu and Friend. I don't think that Pokemon was relevant.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's true. But so there were 2 Pokemon left on the opponent's side of the field. Let's work through this together, guys. Urshifu and +1. The Pokemon on Kevin's side of the field were a Dragapult and a Zapdos, I believe.
Yeah, Zapdos, which is locked into coaching.
Right. Okay. Right. So I actually didn't realize that it was scarfed into coaching, but that makes sense. Okay. So Dragapult at this point was +3 defense and probably somewhere around +1 attack. I think there were some intimidates that happened before. Regardless,
Dragapult has Clear Body. It didn't affect me.
But okay,
yeah, I was +3/+3. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a +3/+3 Dragapult. It could have gone for the Dragon Darts on that turn. Probably would have brought Urshifu down. I believe that one had a sash though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, like this battle is also you're like still able to watch this on our Twitch channel in previous VODs. But yeah, that would have brought Urshifu right down to 1. And I thought about that at the time that like, oh, I don't know if that would have actually made a difference because if Dragapult goes down, especially now that I know that Zapdos is Choice Scarfed, like that would have just been the end of that. So I don't even know if like the misplay would have cost you the game or did cost you the game, but it was definitely a precarious position that you were in.
It would have made a difference, and the reason it would have made a difference is because Glacier was still able to get 1 hit off on
you still had your Glacier.
Yeah,
that's right.
I had Glacier in the back. So if I would have been able to get him down to Sash, Glacier would have been able to clean him up easily. And then I would have dealt with the T-Tar after he broke my weakness policy. I think it was a T-Tar. And if it was a T-Tar, then the sand damage would have hit the Focus Sash eventually anyway. It was... No, I did go back at it to see if it didn't matter. It did matter. Like,
that's a shame.
Yeah. Like that misplay did matter. Because had I just allowed him to go for the quote-unquote sucker punch, I would have still lived that. And
100%.
I would have definitely KO'd.
Yeah, for sure.
My other option was to go for Phantom Force, and that would have delayed him 1 turn. But
Kevin,
I had options.
You don't understand. If the Urshifu had gone for a sucker punch, it would have crit you.
Oh yeah, that is also true.
Because that's just how we go here, folks.
That's just what we do. The wicked blow was unnecessary. Little does he know.
Because Sucker Punch has a 100% crit.
Against Kevin.
Kevin.
Anyway,
On Kevin.
I guess I'll give a quick little rundown of my team.
Please.
So the thought process here was Zapdos and Dragapult. What you do is you go for Thunderous Kick on a Pokemon, lower their defense by 1, and then Dragapult comes in all ghosty and spooky and takes them out. The reason I have coaching there is just in case I am against opposing Dragapults, because they have Clear Body, you can't lower their stuff. So what you can do instead is coach yourself. You can take their Wormwind, and then you can dish back that Wormwind and KO them. That's like another strategy against, like, say, Metagross with Clear Body as well. You can just give yourself coaching and take them out with the Phantasm. Along with that, like, my biggest problem with this team was Fake Out, because Zapdos kind of falls to Fake Out. I can't even have Psychic Terrain to save it because I'm a flying type, so I don't get affected by the Psychic Terrain. So yeah, that's just my biggest issue with Choice Scarf on my Zapdos. The rest of the team includes like a Trick Room mode. I do have the Glacier, which was like kind of broken this whole run.
Yeah.
With like Weakness Policy, Icicle Crash, Heavy Slam, High Horsepower, Protect. So you just break your Weakness Policy with your Dusclops after the Trick Room is set by using Rock Tomb, and by using Rock Tomb, you also lower your speed to get you below Torkoal, to get you below Stack Attacka. So then you're just able to KO them with your respective High Horsepower or Max Quick. You have Finny because your whole team is physical and you don't want to get burnt. And you have Rillaboom because I needed Fake Out and a Grass type.
That's fair.
That's pretty much it.
You know, I think pretty often about Pokemon like Zapdos who have unique moves or moves that nobody else has. So Thunderous Kick, for instance, and all the other bird moves. It's the only one of its kind. So if you're trying to find a replacement for Zapdos, like there isn't one. Like that is the only one that does what that Zapdos can do. Like you had mentioned Dragapult, which can, as you also said, very easily be swapped with a Metagross and accomplish similar things, kind of based on your team. There's nothing similar to Thunderous Kick.
I mean, your closest thing that you got is Screech, but even that's not reliable. It's only 85% accurate. So it's just like, you don't want to use it. Like, Thunderous Kick is the only -1, or at least the only thing I can think of that is a reliable -1 in defense that you can kind of pair well with your Sidemon. And also Defiant is really fun too against like Instant.
Yes. Zapdos, I feel, is like really, really built to take on a heavy chunk of the meta.
Especially like even like I've seen what is a +2. I've actually seen this in practice. A +2 Articuno can take out a Zapdos with Hurricane, and that's a resisted hit.
Wow.
Just like randomly, I've seen that happen. I'm like, whoa, that's a little bit dumb.
Eesh.
Going back to like just dealing with meta. Anything that counters Intimidate is probably good.
I mean, that's true. And Dragapult Zapdos is like the perfect thing to that. Glacier with Chilling Neigh is just as good, because whenever you take out another Pokemon, that's your attack up anyway. It seems like your team just says like, forget you, Intimidate. Who needs it? I'm not intimidated. My teammate intimidated. You know?
So talking real quick about the usage stats for the Players' Cup 2.
Okie doke.
A lot of them were exactly what you expected to see. Like, you expect to see Finny at number 1. You expect to see Landorus, Incin, and Friends. Like, following that, a lot of Glaciers, a lot of Moltres. Like, very, very common Pokemon was Moltres. But not very common was its comfy friend. Like, people were running Moltres just to run Moltres at this point. I mean, just because, like, why give it a spread move 30% chance to flinch with 100% accuracy? That's the problem with Moltres, along with it being just a dumb typing that could deal with a lot of the current meta. Like, it doesn't matter what its stats are. You could just have that Pokemon be a dark flying type and be, like, pretty much a mini Eviltal, just kind of doing its thing and flinching your friends, and it's not fun. Big Kartana usage. Like, tremendously huge. Like I think it was number 3 or 4 most used in this Players Cup worldwide. I'm looking at the stats for like every top 16 team.
Mm-hmm.
So Kartana's huge, Rillaboom was huge, but what I found very strange, and I think this was popularized by JoeUX9 with his recent win in the Victory Road VGC tournament, was Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat at 25% usage of top 16. What? Rotom Heat is not even in like top 20 of the current ladder.
Interesting. So what problem is there right now that Rotom Heat solves, I guess is the question I posed to you and to chat. So
I think
Metagross? Glastrier?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things, right? You can deal with Landorus EQ, you can deal with Metagross, you can deal with Alecki by being a safe switch in. Glacier can't touch you at all. It's just in that good position right now. You could take out Moltres, you could take out Rillaboom, you could take out Cortana. Like you're just in a good spot. Even like Thundurus, Tornadus, Amoonguss all fall to Rotom Heat. I'm getting the same Gourgeist feeling that I got for Oceania Regionals, where like a bunch of people brought it, but no one talked about it. I'm getting that feeling with Rotom Heat right now, because it's like a lot of people realize it's good, but they all didn't say anything about it.
That's
until,
so
like,
interesting.
Last minute.
I'm just looking at the Picolytics stat for that right now. Rotom Heat sitting at 3.21% in October.
Top 50. Yeah. It's top 50, but that's like not even worth mentioning. It's not in top 25, not top 30.
I mean, it's worth mentioning that like since the usage stats come out at the end of the month, everybody looks at that and they're like, okay, what Pokemon solved this problem?
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching the new Netflix show called what was it called? The Queen's Gambit. And it's basically just like it's seductive chess, but it's fun to watch, I guess. But the big thing about that was just like the entire time that I was watching it, I was like, this is Pokemon. Like you are just walking around looking at problems and trying to solve them. Chess is Pokemon. Pokemon is chess.
That's just life, ain't it, Mike? That's just life in a nutshell. We walk around looking for problems and try to solve them.
Huh. Yeah, but like they're on a board.
Oh, I mean, we're on a planet.
Yeah. Either way,
a really big board.
Hey, listen, Rotom Heat's probably not at 3.21% is what I'm trying to say. So, you know?
No. Yeah. Not anymore. Not anymore. Also, I felt like Alecki was not as represented as I thought. I feel like Alecki was the flavor the second the game came out, and everyone was like, this thing is dumb. And then everyone had a counter to it on their team. Right?
Yeah.
It's like.
So I think at this point, there isn't a team out there that doesn't have like high horsepower.
Yeah, of course. Like,
or it's some other grand move.
Like that's the problem with Alecki, right? Like it's a good Pokemon, but it only does one thing, right? It does one thing. It sets up screens and it uses electric moves. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have a way of going against that, and you're in a pretty solid position.
Yeah.
Water types beware.
Water types beware. You're in for a scare. Folks, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Pokemon Team Challenge and a bunch of new stuff that we've got coming up. A little bit more of the Players Cup too as well. All that and more when we come back from the break. See you in a sec. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Pokésports. Before the break, I started to talk a little bit about some other tournaments that were going on, and then I quickly got sidetracked into Players Cup 2. But I did want to bring it back to the Pokemon Team Challenge. Have you heard of this, Kevin?
Nope.
No. So the Pokemon Team Challenge, it's a TCG thing, which obviously we don't talk about very much, but there's something here and there's something to this. The Pokemon Team Challenge it's a tournament where stores are basically the competitors rather than the individuals. Like you sign up with your local card shop. Like
that's cute.
Yeah. You like, you go to Joe's card shop, which is affiliated in some way with TPCI, like they get their packs from them. So it goes back the other way. You sign up through them. You go and compete in like tournaments that I guess the card shop offers. And then from there, it goes to a like top I don't even remember because it's TCG. I think it's like
Atop a lot.
252. Atop a lot, exactly, from each region on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So like it, to me, that's such a cool concept of like affiliating yourself with a group and going to like international competitions because of it. It's pretty sick.
I mean, that's the beginning to like legitimate esports organizations, right?
Yes.
Except you're kind of signed by a top
exactly
shop.
exactly
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to like VGC, there's definitely like, from what I remember in Premier Challenges, there would definitely be multiple Premier Challenges in the same place throughout the course of the month. Like, very rarely would they swap from different shops. It was mostly, this is the shop for VGC. This is where you go to play it. It'd be like 2 or 3, but you'd essentially go to the same shop, cycling over and over and over.
Yeah, for real. And
That's
for
really
sense as top 256. Yeah, that makes sense. Top 256 for each region in playoffs, all on Trading Card Game Online. So if you are super into TCG as well, I hope you're participating in this because, you know, it sounds like a really fun time. Again, my housemate who, it's a shame actually, in 2 weeks we're parting ways. Yeah, him and his fiance play TCG all the time. So they like go out to these things. Well, they used to, and, you know, play in these card shops and in-house tournaments. They would go to Worlds, like they're top competitors, but they're just like, no, this seems really cool, but I also don't play Pokemon online. So,
I mean, I've been wanting to get into it for multiple years now, but it's so intimidating.
It's really intimidating.
But at the same time, I got into Hearthstone like very easily. So maybe, I don't know how similar they are.
The
I know
UI
they both
and
got
online
dice.
isn't that great.
Okay.
And that is kind of a big part of it. That's kind of how
popular
Magic
is TCGO. Is it popular?
It's popular because the game is popular, but I don't like the trading card game is popular, but it's not, again, it's not the best UI out there. Hearthstone has a really good UI. Magic the Gathering Arena has a really strong UI. It didn't before this. There was another Magic game before this, and it was just not great. But yeah, like same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. If they made a game with like a proper UI, I think like Duel Links right now is the closest. I haven't actually kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh in a long time, but Legends of Runeterra exactly as well. Angel S says in the chat. I'm getting super sidetracked, but the whole point to this is just that team affiliation sounds really cool. And because of this, and not really because of this, but this is like a pretty decent segue. We're actually partnering with other podcast providers with other podcasts, to put together our own tournament that's kind of something like this. And I didn't think of the segue until right now, legit. Like I looked at this and I was like, oh, this is good esports, but like we're actually planning this. This is going to be announced like early this week on our Discord. In fact, is going to be announced directly after this podcast from Tofu into our Discord. So if you are a member of our Discord, you're going to get a very special announcement very, very soon. I believe Wednesday, I'm going to like record a thing before the podcast and just like going to slap it on top just for other people to hear about it too. So, hey.
And if you're not a part of our Discord, you should be a part of our Discord because that's pretty much where we send out like the bulk of our information. Like anything that's going on with Pokésports, if you like to keep up into like upcoming tournaments, things we have going on, streams in certain places that aren't usually there, etc. Yeah. You should probably be on Discord. Tomorrow, make sure to keep you all notified.
Tomorrow, I'm putting out like a massive announcement for a bunch of different things, and massive in size, not so much in scope.
We got a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on, and I want to tell you guys about it. And I do that on Mondays on Discord, every other Monday, pretty much. So yeah, there's that. I want to real quick talk a little bit about our streaming schedule as well, because Kevin and I, we've made some pretty cool decisions, some pretty cool advancements over the weekend. Kevin, you might have noticed, you might not have noticed.
Kevin.
We streamed, not you, Kevin. I started to say you, and then I thought about something different. Kevin streamed to Twitch as well as YouTube. Do them both at the same time. That's something you can do. From that, we started thinking about, YouTube streaming and all of that good stuff. Twitch streaming isn't going away. Let me preface what I'm about to say with that. We're still going to be Twitch streaming, but we're also going to be introducing YouTube streaming this week. This week?
Yes.
This week.
I'm ready this week.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm ready this week as well. In a couple of different things. We're going to be introducing, I guess 2 new things and 1 thing that we're already used to. So we're going to be introducing some team building. And that's something that people have been asking for a little while. And we're also going to be introducing singles streams, like Pokemon Showdown online singles.
Mike actually plays with one.
PU, NU. I'm going to try and do different formats, but that's going to be happening. And I'm going to be doing that over on YouTube for members. The way that members are going to work is that you can obviously get through YouTube the same way that you get into all the other members things. But also patrons are going to almost automatically get access to that above a certain tier. So that is a very exciting thing that we are doing starting this week. And there will be more information tomorrow on the Discord.
Along with Wednesday streams for everybody.
Yes.
For
yes,
Battle
that's
Stadium.
right. And then the third thing, the 2 things that we are introducing new are those. And then the 1 thing that we are already doing is the VGC streams, which Kevin's going to do on Wednesday for everybody on YouTube, member or not, just all going to be there. Thank you for bringing that up.
Hype.
Hype. All right. So let's get into a little bit more about the Players' Cup. I'm sure we still have some more stuff to talk about on that, don't we?
Yes.
No, are we good? I think that's it. That might actually be it.
I think that might be it. We talked about usage. We talked about people that won.
Yeah.
C Frantic was also top 16. He was in the chat earlier. Hi, C Frantic. Sorry for missing you. You must not have C Frantic as the name here because I don't see it. But I believe you. But yeah, that's the Players' Cup.
There are some other tournaments coming up, by the way.
Ooh.
I have just.
we have that Galar one, right?
There's the Galar one. Yes, the singles one. I also wanted to bring up Joe UX9, who we've mentioned before today, even, but just pretty much every episode, I feel like his name comes up one time or another. Is putting together the Streamers Cup 3.
Ooh, that is right. Yeah.
He has just announced 2 hours ago 2 people that are going to be in the Players' Cup 3, being the Battle Room and Hari Live. So that's pretty exciting.
This is set to stream
November
on November
15th.
15th. Yeah, 16 streamers. Sounds fun.
So next week.
Oh, wow, that is next week. Wow.
Yeah. Kevin, can we do it? Can we be in the Streamers Cup, please? I just need to ask you.
Maybe. Can we win it?
Sure. Can we go? Okay, but no, here's the question though. Can we go in together? You and I. Same player.
Yes.
Yes.
We're actually going to go in every battle as multi-battles.
Of
you
course.
play left side, I play right side.
Oh. But we have to do like left side and right side over Discord or over Zoom, over video conference. So I have to just like go nice and close to the mic and just be like, up, down,
Up.
down twice.
Mike
and then
plays
you have to be the one
Pokésports.
who presses A.
It's Mike plays Pokésports.
Mike plays Pokésports. Legit, like Stark said it too. That actually sounds like unironically kind of fun. Mike plays Pokésports. Oh man, I remember Twitch plays Pokésports. That was a good time.
Twitch plays Pokésports. I wasn't there for that one.
What's that?
I was there for Twitch plays Pokemon though.
Oh. Wait.
Got him.
Sorry. So now that I know what the actual thing that I should have said is, what was the thing that I said?
Twitch plays Pokésports. I remember that.
Oh my lord.
Hey Twitch, are you playing us right now? Are we being played? Me and Mike have actually been puppets for a year.
And that's the story of why we're going to YouTube. No, we're still gonna be streaming to Twitch as well. That's actually really, really funny. Kevin, I think that's it. I think we're done. I think we can get out of here. Want to get out of here? Did you just eat another bean?
I got it. No.
Did you just casually? Oh, okay.
I still have Santa's severed head in my hand.
During the break, Squiddo had sent in channel points, and for those of you who listen to us on YouTube or on podcast providers, whenever people give channel points, which is a Twitch currency, we have to eat a Bean Boozled bean, which is, you might have seen the video of us of us doing the Dexit challenge with that, but it's either a really good bean or a really bad bean. Both of us got dog food. I think that I got dog food.
What does that mean? What does Canada's chocolate taste like?
I don't know.
I think I got dog food.
Pretty sure.
I still have to eat the chocolate because my mouth tastes like dog food. Meanwhile, Mike's over here like, I mean, dog food's kind of an average flavor for me on a daily basis.
It's not so bad, All right. But anyway, so that was what we had to do during the break, and Kevin just noped right out of there. There you go. Kevin noped right out of there and dropped some major chocolate into the stream. And now you're good again. You've equilibriumed.
I've just realized how lost people are with context of me just saying I still have Santa's severed head.
Oh no.
And then not realizing it's a Santa Claus chocolate.
Oh no. Boy.
I started from the bottom, now we're here.
All right, folks, that's going to be our podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Pokésports. It has been a full year. It's been officially past a full year. We're now into year 2 of our favorite podcast. All the places that you can check us out. Of course, you can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Pokésports. I have since come to realize that there is a chance that you might not get our Pokésports YouTube channel if you go to youtube.com/Pokésports, because there's another Pokésports out there. Like if you check our Social Blade. Yeah, I know, right? But if you check our Social Blade, it's not us. Anyway, check us out on Twitter at Pokésportspod or Pokésports Podcast, on Instagram. Rate and view us on Apple Podcasts, or even better, go to Pokésports or patreon.com/Pokésports Podcast to go and check out our league, which we do every single month. If you're listening to us on Twitch, there's still time. If you're listening to us on podcast providers, next month we will be doing another one. It's just a nice little tournament with all the patrons who decide to sign up. This month, I believe we have somewhere around 40 to 45 people actually participating, which is great. That ought to be a pretty cool one to do. Especially for the patrons like Ahmed Swede, Dante, Elijah, Zach, Colton, Sheldon, Alex A, and V. 2 of them, Brian, Carlos, Lights Out, Lewis, Neil, Ro Ixon, Ryan, Scott, Josh, Dustin, Jack, a second Jack, and now a third Jack. That's Jack S, B, and C. All of those Jacks are now a part of Patreon. Thank you very much. Jesse Jolly is a person. Joseph, Martine, Rowan, Spencer, Jonathan, Level 1 Pidgey. Do your best out there, Level 1 Pidgey. It's tough out there for a Level 1 Pidgey. Federico, Greg, Jason, King Boo, LA Caveman, Mallory, Ryan, who was not the Ryan from the top of this list, different Ryan, separate Ryan, Tristan, and Tofu, of course, Mod Tofu. Thanks to M Dash for every single second of every single piece of music you hear on this podcast. A great person. You definitely should go and check them out. Folks, that's going to be the end of our podcast, and we will see you next week.